This is the third setback that has come to the fore, judicially speaking, second in terms of review for Rahul Gandhi and for the Congress party. How do you look at this? Is it because perhaps the courts are not finding merit in the arguments you're making? Is it just that the legal case is not being mounted properly, or that the case doesn't have any legs to stand on in the first place?
Well, before I go on to my points, let me just say this couplet by Murtaza Barlas that becomes very relevant today. मुझे की गई है ये पेशकश कि सजा में होंगी रियायतें जो कसूर मैंने किया नहीं वो कबूल कर लूं दबाव में. So that is the state of affairs today. You say that this is a setback to the Congress. I say that it is a setback to the BJP. Every time they try to strangulate the voice of the people of this country, it is quite a setback for them, because you see the highlights of today's judgments, as emphasized upon by our luminary, our legal luminary and leader, Mr. Singhvi, in his press conference, begin, so on and so forth. He's the first point that he makes is that it is as if the 1.5 sentences spoken by Mr. Rahul Gandhi in that speech, which was almost a 3-page long speech, it is sounding as if this is the most heinous offense that has been committed in this country recently, which is not the case. In para 45 of the judgment, the judges talk about moral turpitude. We know how moral turpitude is defined in the legal structure, in the judicial structure and legal jurisprudence. By the way, the legal jurisprudence and the weakness of the same in this verdict is to be emphasized upon, and that's been done by our leader, Mr. Singhvi. Also, he has emphasized upon the delay of 66 days. 2nd May was the final hearing. We hear the verdict today, and that too, it started in the morning, 10:30. It will come out. It came out finally at 3:15 around. And
the order came out in the morning. The judgment was pronounced in the morning. The final order copy was uploaded at 3:30. But go ahead.
Finally it came in the public domain much later during the day. So the point here is that you see the legal jurisprudence, the delay of 66 days, the unanswered, the perpetually unanswered core legal questions. For example, none of the complainants has been able to show how have they been defamed. They have not been able to show what are the damages caused to them by virtue of this judgment. They have not been able to show what is the malice in Mr. Rahul Gandhi's speech therein. Because I will now come to a very relevant point. This is an orchestrated series of complaints happening across, and you keep on talking about, and everybody in the media keeps on talking about the many complaints against him. And I might as well remind everybody on the panel and in the media about, of the current CJI's concern that he's raised time and again about media trials. He said it earlier also, that let's not talk about when somebody is accused, they are accused and they are innocent until proven guilty.
Yes,
and that's
but in this case, Rahul Gandhi is convicted. That conviction was upheld today.
All right. In this one case, and you keep on saying that so many other cases are going on against him.
That's because it came up in court, ma'am. I'm not making it up. That's something that was observed in court today by the judge.
He is accused by BJP workers and office bearers in a series of orchestrated political campaigns that we are seeing.
So let's keep those 10 cases or the 9 cases aside. Let's talk about this case in which he has been convicted, a conviction that has been upheld by a third court today.
Right. All right. Let's come to para 63 now, which has also been emphasized upon in today's press conference, which talks about the Savarkar comment, which is a fact that was neither impleaded nor argued before the court of law. It was just moved before the court of law right at the stage of final hearing. No chance was given to the accused side to make their contentions on it. And here we have a para 63, which becomes a very relevant part of this judgment. And that's what, in the Supreme Court, another very important emphasis by Mr. Singhvi today, in the Supreme Court, a very important principle that we practice is that an error perpetuated thrice or more needs correction all the more. So you say that this is a setback thrice. The Supreme Court says that an error perpetuated thrice or more needs the correction all the more. So wait and watch. We are going to move to the apex court, and
absolutely. And like I pointed out right at the beginning, this is not the end of the road at all for Rahul Gandhi or for Congress Party. He has a legal recourse. He is well within his rights to move the Supreme Court, and that's the next step. But as far as the commentary that came to the fore, the observations that came to the fore from the High Court, Anila Singh, the Congress says that the petitioner hasn't been able to point out exactly what defamatory comment was made, how it hurt that particular petitioner's emotions or the community. And yet we have the High Court today, the High Court judge go on to say that Gandhi's offence increases since not one individual but an entire community has been defamed. It's not what the petitioner or me here on CNN News 18 is saying. It's what a High Court judge said.
My Ram to everyone, and I was listening to Congress Party spokesperson Ms. Mahima Singh, and she was in very clear words saying that judicial system is not working properly, and she very well said, very categorically said that the judge, he didn't do his work properly, so they are going to appeal in Supreme Court. So they are more than welcome to do that. But madam, it is not correct that you are simply saying that the judge was somehow the judge was biased. That is absolutely incorrect. The reality is that Nehru unwittingly laid the foundations of India's misery. Okay, India's misery. Sadly, his dynasty reinforced those blighted foundations, and the whole of the country is facing the wrath of that, because India has faced three wraths: one from the Islamic invaders, two from the Britishers, three from the Congress. Now the high time is that we have to show them the mirror, and Indian citizens are doing that. If we talk about Mr. Rahul Gandhi is a habitual offender. More than 5 cases, I think 5 cases of defame is on him. What Mr. Mahima Singh has to say about that? He is one person who loves to insult others. If we talk about Modi surname, we know it very well. It is about the OBC caste and also those who are not OBC. So you have taken everybody with the surname Modi under one umbrella, and you have humiliated. Sare Modi chor hote hain. What do you want to say? What you have to say about your surname? Do you really deserve this surname, Gandhi? Do you think that somehow in any way, in a minuscule way also, you can justify this surname of yours, Gandhi? And you are pointing fingers towards others' surname. You are defaming them. And then you are saying, मैं माफी नहीं मांगूंगा. मैंने कोई गलती नहीं करी है. Just like a spoiled brat. Why? Because these people love to do mental slavery. They are here to do mental slavery. हाँ, बिल्कुल ठीक राहुल बाबा, आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा. You're absolutely correct. When you are humiliating Modi, you are humiliating each and every person who has surname of Modi. If you are humiliating RSS, good enough, very good. Do it once again, once more. This is what Congress Party and its workers keep on doing. That is why Rahul Gandhi thinks that whatever he is saying, whatever he is doing, that is fantastic. That is not fantastic. And Ms. Mahima Singh is humiliating judge as well. She is saying that judgment is totally biased. So we are going to appeal to Superior Court.
But they're well within their rights to do so, Anila Singh. They have legal recourse. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress Party and his legal team can go to the Supreme Court, which is what they aim to do. But Mahima Singh, go ahead before I get in Mr. Dhananjay as well.
They can do that without humiliating. They can do that without humiliating judge who has given this verdict.
Sure.
They can go ahead.
You made your point, Anila Singh. Mahima Singh, go ahead before I get in Mr. Dhananjay as well. You had a rebuttal to make. Go ahead.
You see, the BJP spokesperson has just emphasized upon 2 points here. She talks about Mr. Rahul Gandhi being a habitual offender. Also, she has reiterated the statement very wrongly, and she's on to the business of manipulating statements and words here, as she's also manipulating my words and misquoting me. And she can go back to the, when she uses the word categorically, I've said, either she must refer to the dictionary for the meaning of the word categorically, or she must refer to my statements that I've made on this show. But let me just start with the second statement. She is saying, Sare Modi chor hote hain. She and the entire BJP must listen again to that phrase that Mr. Gandhi has used. He has said, इन सब चोरों का सरनेम मोदी क्यों है और अभी ढूंढने निकलेंगे तो और मिल जाएंगे. Mr. Gandhi was clearly talking about political favoritism there. इन सारे चोरों का नाम मोदी क्यों है और सारे मोदी चोर होते हैं में जमीन आसमान का अंतर है मैडम. मिसकोट करना, जनता को बरगलाना बंद कर दे.